Hello and welcome back, everybody. So today I'm going to focus on, well, just analyzing the trailer. That's all. Let's get into it. Okay, stars instantly rolling up the similar scene got for teaser, but in this we can actually see one, got a moon, two, we've got clouds, three, we've got rain, four, it looks like a chemical plant right here. Oh, it's pretty, got a bit of metal around the piping there, making it more boxy. Don't think that's a current thing. We're into the white. No rune maybe there. It looks pretty where those clouds are being blocked. It looks more like being blocked by something rather than the shape. I don't see that sort of interruptions on edges anywhere else in the clouds. I've got a warehouse here, and it looks like there's another warehouse behind it. I think it's a warehouse. If it's a warehouse, it's a two-story. It just feels a bit low to the ground. Also, there's also an NPC talking. It sounds a bit like if we picked up some sort of log and we're listening to it and directly talking to them. We get a scene of mechanic. We also get this bot which is following, though based on one of the achievements that's appeared in Steam, it might be the one called a Seeker bot. We're not sure. It would make sense as it appears to be scanning for the player. They dodged into the mechanic station. Craft bots. Also the same. The other craft bot, I'm curious if they're going to rename one of these. They're both called craft bot in the menus at least. Doing a scrap metal effect. Something I didn't notice earlier, the connector has a pretty big effect in front of it now. It does. New in the background. Oh yeah, the gas engine actually has, well, the scrap gas engine actually has like an oil icon over it now. Okay, gonna pause here. To start with, there's two new parts right here. One of them is like a staircase. The other is, I'm not really sure what to call this, but it's like a, well, like a curved top corner. I think it'd probably be a straight variant somewhere. Feels like they'd be on the top part of a wall sort of thing. Now on the left side, we've got another new interactive part, most likely. It appears to be like a small chest, like a scrappy version. Which should make storage early game a lot easier. I think. One thing I've noticed is fancy wheels, fancy suspension, fancy seats, personally, and they've got a gas engine. That's a curious choice of engine, because in your other fronts on hand, by the looks at it. See outside a lot in this. Again, looks like the mechanic still picks it up. Actually, are they holding it in front of them? Okay, it looks like normal, bit more normal speed now. Mechanic is actually holding the say the small scrap chests in front of them, which is interesting. Currently, you pick something up. It's a default like module that's been compressed into or something. It looks like, and you hold it over your shoulder. Currently, it's interesting. But it's nice to see it's actually modelled rather than a generic model. Still got that old hangout area outside, but looks it. Still a bit of trash on the floor. Yeah, wait. How is this door straight? They probably just spawned Barry in. Okay, immediately, this appears to be a new tile. I don't recognize it right here. This all dense with a bunch of tall trees. It looks like a little path is there as well, interestingly. Okay, next area. We can see the corner wall of a packing station by the looks of it. And obviously the sign can be seen there. We're in here. Dot up there. Oh, is it getting evening time? We can see stars, perhaps? I don't know. It's like two odd white dots there. Corn's obviously around. The leaves actually feel a lot lighter. I think it's darker green currently. Like up here, this leaf actually looks like there's light passing through it like a regular leaf. Obviously, mechanics about to smash through this fence and into a rock. Interestingly, I picked up traffic cone, Tolbot head. Here's they've got cement by level 2 or level 3 gas engine now. Not sure what this is. It's like little trophy case for like a concrete and wood block, I think. Curious, maybe it's like you need to deliver these items somewhere. Not sure. And obviously we meet, I forget his name, This appears to be one of those builder crest places. Actually, move on. So it looks like it's actually more decorated tower. So you can see the parts you build yourself, and when you finish it, it looks like the NPC decorates it a little bit for you. So a bunch of Christmas lights and a bit of extra reinforcement, I guess, been added. Oh, we still got the I don't know, it's a ginormous vacuum pump. We've got the windmill still there. Looks like there's a actually yeah, it was there originally. That's the trader in there. This is didn't NPC. Yeah, this is the one that's lost half his mustache. Don't remember. Too much happening. To a base. Something else I noticed from editing earlier is the produce in its place is a lot more. It's got a lot more. It actually looks a lot more. I think. Are those meant to be tomatoes or are they apples? They actually look like apples a little bit. Chemical, potatoes, batteries, current large chests. Support that high detail already. I don't remember. Anyway, got the sawmill. If I recall correctly. Scrap wood walls. And this is a new part. Showed off in Devlog 26. It's like scrappy sort of big blocks. Got a dress bar over here. Farming bots also here. A resource collector. Looks like that bit from the garage earlier. The empty like cable roll sort of part. Yeah, mechanics coming in. They got a resource collector. A lot of like really big like machinery sort of parts, I want to say. Like they've been heavily fabricated. Block node out there. Now I've got a closer look here. That's a tomato. These look a lot like apples. Or peppers, maybe. Apples or peppers. And there's a green one behind broccoli. Is that broccoli? Got another vehicle here. That actually looks like one of the vehicles they've shown off a lot in the past. It looks like they've got an automated irrigation system. Oh, this might be a little annoying, so I'm going to turn the audio off a bit more. Oh, they're doing controllers. Okay, that's a unique way of doing it. Versus pistons. The pipe goes up and comes back down. Or pulls it along backwards. So, carrots. Obviously, we got the flowers being plantable. Oh, they're not. Okay. They're not apples. They're peppers. Spicy peppers. Okay. So, that's the chili that they showed off a long time ago. Nice to actually see the produce version. Also, banana seeds, orange seeds, carrot seeds. Yellow and red topbot heads. See right there. You can see with the new glass shade as well. Plants look like they might have been improved a little bit as well. Texture quality. Might have a bit of a better look at the cookbot, which is in the background, and the freezer, I think it was called. Get the name. They showed off in the last devlog. It would make ice. The water looks a lot more watery than it used to. Okay, let me switch to what appears to be a raid happening. With a bunch of bots dropping in. That's the spud shotgun. With hay bots. Not sure who you're shooting with a spinning spud gun. Looks like a vehicle's gone down. The gas container, an engine just on the floor. What is that? Very bright light. Interesting. That looks a lot like the fire extinguisher, which we will see later. See that little dial on the edge. Is that the one the player uses and it's just placed down, or is there a block variant? Also, a few of these parts aren't currently in the game, but aren't actually accessible. And this bit here, I think you can only find in warehouses currently. Suspensions appear to be more paintable than you currently. I don't know. I don't know if you can paint them like this currently. So is it a unique suspension or not sure. Look different to current suspension. Well, there's metal platform actually. I think about it around here. It's interesting. And we can see a red top button. Also, I did notice this later. As the comments pointed out last time, but there's actually oil coming out of their eyes now. This one has 2 explosive canisters. I wonder if it varies. I think we've seen 3, so I think putting more explosive canisters, the bigger explosion it's probably going to do. Back up the base from earlier as well. Oh, and it dropped its head. I think that's a fire scene, but I saw a yellow top bot come crashing in. Yep, right there. Regular spud gun. I'm curious if the head's actually dropped or if it's actually been blown up and it's just the debris effect. See, fire in action. Gosh, pretty detailed per block, if you think about it. Anyone else thinking back to the early days of Minecraft when the fire would break out in the forest? I am curious about performance when it comes to this, especially as you're going to try a wash to put it out. Yeah, like I said, this is the fire extinguisher. which looks a lot like what was placed on the vehicle, but like it looks like there's actually a bit of canister below it. I think yeah, it's hard to see from this angle, and it's covered by bubbles here. Okay, we do get a look behind him now. Okay, is there anything else in the base we miss? Water canister. Not sure. There was the antenna up there, but I think that's just built for decoration. That farm also sticks to blocks. Then we arrive at Scrap City, which has had a bit of a rework, that looks it. Because one, there's a massive statue, barriers around it, a lot of haystacks, and what appears to be like a mechanic station, or at least a variant of it, that's built under this building. We'll see it a bit later on. I'm trying to look. The pipe looks new as well there. It looks like there's a tote bot probably. It looks like a little bit of a electrical rip from a tote bot. The barriers on the edge there. Actual billboard up high. That looks like a new building. I think there's a loot chest there. It's a green one. Yeah, it sort of looks like it. Well, the statue. Close to look at. It's a little lift icon. Look at that poster. It's a bit hard to make that out. That's the barrier. There's actual red farm bot there. And then we get to look at this other facility that was behind the statue. It appears to be sort of like a mechanic station. We're going to see here the mechanics working on a vehicle of some kind. Or drill on it. Large storage chest maybe? Looks like there might be a lift back here actually. Looks like a lift that goes up. Got a terminal up here with stairs on the outside. Don't know what that is. It looks like a bit like a backside of a beacon. At least that bit does, but I think it's probably a panel. It looks like there's a table which you have at the current mechanic station. Has a little bit of a table and a screen. Okay, before it cuts. More barriers on the road. It's interesting. Let me get a look at this ice facility. It looks like it is surrounded by a burnt forest. Therefore a few trees that survived at the very top. Maybe this was overloaded to put the fire out. I know. Or to protect itself. I know. It's like there's a lot of ice around it and yet there's burnt forest around it. So you feel like one would have won and the other would have lost. That or the forest burnt down, then this froze up. But with how thick the ice is, Team Mechanic go into it. There's a nice big button. Appears to be the same elevator as the current warehouses. That looks like another ruin back there. It's hard to tell if it's a new one. Interestingly, I just realized there's like a ton of food waste coming out down here. It looks like food waste, but it's all green. That's actually really interesting. A facility for producing food or for processing something, and then something would come and pick it up on the outside. There's also number 3 here, so perhaps it's like the warehouses, and there's 3 floors on this one underground. It's a big button, so it doesn't know it needs a key at least, or maybe the key would be tied to story. I'm not sure. Then we cut to somewhere. I'm sure that is a bunch of pipes and insulation, presumably. Anyway, cut into presumably the entrance, as this appears to be the elevator. Mechanics coming out. You got the yellow tape bots and a green tow bot. It's interesting in terms of difficulty. Not sure why they didn't react. They typically have pretty fast reaction. Tape bots do. You'll be able to smash them with a hammer. Okay, then we arrive at this room where we can see the green tape bot variant as well. So this is probably be on the easier side, most likely. And we can see, not really sure what to describe it as, but something in the center of this room producing a bit of a glow or radius to it. Presumably we're here to deactivate it. Perhaps that's why the room's so cold. It's called in place to freeze, or maybe it's power related. Not sure. A lot of frozen tote bots around in cubes. Curious how they got into a cube of ice, considering ice is pretty spiky places or just flat covering surfaces. Still a spud gun. Actually break one of them here, and yep, you can see the tote bot is actually released from the ice cube. Still in the, let's say the ice facility, just good simple. We can see one of the mechanics has the demolitionist backpack. I think that's Conan, I forget, long time. Some sort of fallen gears on the side, and they appear to be on like some sort of downward shaft slope. And why not a minecart? But it looks like you have to hit the hammer. There's 2 buttons, one each side, and then that'll probably make it move. You can see the mechanic hitting it. Not sure if you have to hit it constantly, or if that was just a start back there. Yeah, power effect as well. And we arrive at this room with a lot of green as well. Not sure what this is. It looks like a bunch of sort of like earth or like rotten fruit and veg. But in the center is an interesting little bit of machine. Oh, wait. I think I've just realized what that is. They've shown this off, I think, in another teaser. Over on Instagram, we get shown this machine, which has a bit of red, some sort of vent, central supports at each corner probably. And over here, if you look at this bit here, it has a lot of similarities to that machine. Perhaps it really is a bubble. It somehow inflates. Top of that, there's a lot of like, I want to say slime, like drawn, like it's drooping around some places, and it's covering all the edges. In a way, this gives off a lot of a toxic sort of vibe. And by looks at this is a doorway. It looks like it's probably just open. Not sure if this is the same facility or not. If it's still the ice or if this is its own facility. It feels like this is something you'll see before the trash bot in a way. There's also a door there, but it's hard to see the play button. It looks like a door, a bulk heavy door. Then we see the trash bot. Now, I didn't notice this back when I did the smaller teaser, but there's actually a person up here. And based on that hairstyle, it's a lot like the other character, or NPC I should say, that we see in the main image. The main image for Dueling Thunder trailer, at least. This guy, he looks a lot like him. Pretty obvious the hairstyle. Presumably, I'm also assuming it might be the guy who's narrating towards the end. Not sure. Don't have a name either yet. But yeah, he's obviously been captured by looks fit by the trash bot. Probably there to rescue him. We also see the elevator again. Presumably, this is still on top of the warehouses, where we're told he'll be for the trash bot. You can see obviously the elevator. You can still see the key card reader on his side actually, and then the little button there. And yeah, this is the first boss in Scrap Mechanic. You can see his little brush switching around as well as he jumps. I'm curious. So they've got a pink and green variant of the goop. So presumably one's probably going to slow out of zoom and the other one's going to be like toxic. Or maybe pink is like instant damage and green is poison and does damage over time, maybe? Oh my god, he got sent flying during that jump. Okay, here we can see drills. We can see a glass wedge. See a green loot chest still in the warehouse. We can see a duck, very important. We can see a gate. I'm curious if these are going to be deconstructible. They are not currently deconstructible anymore for some reason. Oh, so we've seen these in another teaser and later on, but these there's appear to be some way for the player to assess certain areas. Seen a player clinging for dear life on one. But these tracks appear to go to the top of the warehouse, so perhaps it's a way down if you are up there, or just a way up to the top. Not sure. See the glass shading there as well. It's been improved. And the warehouse is actually getting destroyed once we've been to them by the looks of it, and succeeded in whatever our mission was. Yeah, we can see that track going up and actually goes to the white. You get to see this further as well again. I'm going to turn the volume up a bit so I can hear him. And presumably, as he's talking about taking out something, he's probably referring to a trash bot as he was stuck on top of them. He also has a bit of a unique clothing. I don't know. Currently, we got the Crash Lander set, which is like what you start in. Are the gloves currently ripped? I don't know. I haven't used that set for a long time. Yeah, that most likely is referring to a trash bot. After that, we get a scene of a bunch of bridges segments getting lifted up. So presumably, maybe it's after you help him from the trash bot and then it opens up a bridge somewhere. Oh, could just make a boat, I guess. Depends, you can get thrusters or that's talked about schematics, so I'm curious if thrusters are still something you make off the bat or not. Yeah. Then we've got this very interesting building or machinery. It's like tall and legs there. I want to say it might be the entrance to the mines. I think we've seen something like that. Yeah, another look at it over here actually. You also get a look at the baby rock, which is carrying a revival baguette. You see the mechanic holding the corn out as well. I think currently you can... Actually, currently you don't hold it. I was thinking of it earlier with the seed packets, but they're actually holding... Yeah, like you actually hold the item now. Yeah, back away rock. What's the corn? They really like putting these the table legs, the office table legs on these wheels. Yeah, next scene. Yeah, there's the entrance. That's the top part of the entrance to the underground. That was shown off a long time ago. But it's like these very big mechanical bots, I want to say. Appear to be inactive. I'm not sure these are, or would have been. They sort of look like legs. Something. It looks like there's like it would hinge off from here. Grab onto something. Ah, it's the header of a digging arm, I guess, or an excavation arm. But it looks like those lights. I'm assuming these are not bots, or would have been controlled by something else. It looks like a drill has broken off his ear as well. So I guess this was like excavating here at some point, considering it's like a massive hill and then it's just gone straight down. Looks like the flower by the chemical ponds there. That might be a chemical pond plant. It puzzles. Like this looks very green here. Oh, it's like a lumbering arm, I guess. Going to sawmills. We need 4 of them for that size. And then the entrance to the underground. It's a pretty big door. So it looks like you can get your vehicles in pretty easily, as long as they're not too tall, I guess. Okay, then when we're getting on the ground, maybe this is the first room we get to. It's like the initial room, perhaps. Not sure. Or it's the initial room with stuff in it. We'll probably have to dig our way to it, perhaps. As I mentioned, having to dig away through tunnels and even exploding tunnels open a long time ago. I guess that could have changed how long it's been. Start with, appears to be a metal shaft in the roof. Probably a ventilation duct to make sure you actually have air to breathe. You can see what is probably the... Actually, yeah, this looks a lot like the elevator shaft. So perhaps this is the bottom, bit of white here. Going main way up. You can see the vehicle actually driving here. Driving towards it, actually. Let's play a little longer. Yeah, this is a better angle. There's a lot to talk about and even process just in this one frame. There's a lot of like power cables, it feels like, running around to different buildings in the area. Based on the shape of this looks a lot like the forge that was with Ease a long time ago. We'll see more of it in action later if it is. Some sort of pad there, maybe place to submit items, or some sort of panel on this side. Not sure what this is necessarily over here. Some sort of terminals here as well. But yeah, there's a lot of power cables running around. Looks like another terminal is here as well. So there's two terminals. Maybe these are two different facilities you can interact with. But it looks like somehow powers them. So pretty be analysing it with lights on. That'd be wise, wouldn't it? Here I am, sitting in the dark. Okay, oh wow. Sleeping capsules are here. So that is actually a pretty good size representation of this room. And actually looking at this, might be a slightly different room. It's hard to tell if it's necessarily the same room or not. It looks like the same room, but... Okay, this angle makes this look a lot flatter than the ramp is. Okay, with the lights on. Not sure what this is. We can see a ramp there. Actually, no, was that a tube? I don't know, it feels like it might be a bit curvy. Maybe that's what makes the, like, those balls. I've shown something for, like, spears and rails. There's actually another thing down here. You can see this power cable going down something underneath. I'm not sure what all these sort of, like, chunks are. Maybe there's a bit of dirt you have to mine to clear up the path a bit if you want to. I don't know. Looks like random clumps of dirt. So then we got this scene. This is a very big vault. By the looks of it, is that like a new credit system? You've got 0 of it currently. Alright, quickly look to the right. I do see the schematic. This is something they've shown. I don't know what dev block it is now. 25? Bad, I guess. I think it was one more recent ones. But they showed a small building you'll find out in the world, and you would unlock a schematic, which would allow you to craft like a new part or something. By the looks at it, also in the underground. Right, go into a vault. By the looks at it, you could potentially have up to 999,999,999. Whatever the scrap mechanic currency in game is. Then we see, presumably, this is inside of this like vault structure, especially all the gold that's on either side of this axle robot, I guess. Oh, a bunch of cosmetics. They're showing off. We point out these the gentleman sort of. Like a proper suit, top hat. There you go. Showed that one off a long time ago. Like a pizza burger shirt. Yeah, it's too good. Got like a wildlife property sort of shirt with a camera ready. Got like a nice biome sort of gloves. Got the duck feet. Also got a dress boy here. Appears to be in that main room still. Somewhere on the ground. More of these power connectors around. And going these all tunnels. I wonder if we have to interact them somehow. Like fix them perhaps. Not sure what this machine is. It looks like it's trying to drop something though. Okay, next scene. We get a look at the, I want to say plasma drills, but like based on what we've seen of them, these look a lot different than what they did. You'll see the sticky wheels, little dots on the wheels. This is another, so by looks at it, there is multiple of the entrances in the underground. By looks of it, this room appears to be just a room, and you have to start digging to get somewhere. Okay, we do have, not sure what this is. I'll say blue crystals initially, but anything, it still looks more like some sort of underground plant, perhaps. Sort of grows and blobs on the walls, I think. It looks very organic in look. Then you can also see the turret seat being used here. Another shot, we see more of that strange blue, let's say matter, kind of what it is for the yep. Along with like a bunch of moss, perhaps, that's growing on the surfaces. And there's something sort of spiky there, and there's like a cattail plant there, perhaps. These pink little blobs looks a lot like the pink crystalline structure we've seen over the last week in one of the other teasers. And then we got like, I say emerald, a green sort of crystal, and you hammer it, it just shatters. And we also got the, they're giving the name for it, the clay gun. That allows you to create your own train. But look at this guy's having a lot of fun in here. They're both holding it, so you can see it from another person's perspective, and we can see it from the mechanic's perspective. Interestingly, though, if we look back to one of the dev blogs that revealed a couple of the bots, and even one of the teasers actually, for one of those bots, you can see this little wheel design on the front. It has a lot of a resemblance to the miner bot. The miner bot has this sort of wheel at the front. Probably you'll have to defeat a miner bot or two to get the parts to even make it, which means you'll probably have to go to the underground. Get a look at the vehicle here, and a bit of a structure that's in the rock face there. See the vehicle, turret seat. I'm going to say plasma drill for now, but there might be something else because they look very different from what they've shown off a long time ago. Bunch of switches, large chest, battery container. You can see the little pliers sticking off it. That's just something else. Actually, yeah, same vehicle here. You can see the sticky wheels. These sticky wheels are painted, and the goop coming off is still that sort of like pinky purple. But by the looks of it, it isn't going to be paintable, but the wheel itself is. There's also a structure up there. This room's going to be very interesting. There's going to be places where you're probably going to want sticky wheels to actually navigate easily, at least. I want to say this right here is the floor, and this is the ceiling of a room that's poking out, so on the wall currently, most likely. Yeah, it looks like one of the tunnels you see in the Scrap City up here as well, actually. So that's probably the bottom there. So this way is up right now. A lot of cyber walls. Looks like some sort of gate there, I think. More blue light there. We get, I want to say a rocket. We also get another NPC this time talking, which appears to be talking about some sort of unknown force. Actually, let's fully listen to it. Come back.
The surface. I'm telling you, they're up to something really shady underground.
She's alluding to like there's some sort of force or person or maybe a bot. Not clear yet. Yeah, it looks like there's some sort of gate down there. But they're alluding to something strange going up, and doing something is strange. It's the same vehicle by looks of it. Again, we've got that very strange, very high like silo or rocket sort of building sort of shape. I doubt it's actually a rocket on the ground. It looks like some sort of blue crystal. And there's probably more that pink sort of crystal. And then we get this room. See, it's something very big and mechanical above. It's clearly got the teeth for digging. You see these little bits here. On excavation equipment, you typically get these little teeth which hook on to the main bit, because these obviously you have to endure a lot more and they're replaceable a lot easier this way. See two of the vehicles here, a smaller one and a big one. Some sort of entrance, and again we get that goop again. I saw I've been stuck around here. Structure here looks a lot like a radar tower. So actually the stuff on this central bit looks a lot like scrap. Yeah, like you can see this platform, it looks like it's been ripped away. That starts to bend. Yeah, it's like, but something's obviously been, a bunch of stuff has grabbed up and dunked here in the middle of a green pool. So like, presumably it's on acid. Anyway, we get to look at a base here. I've just realized something incredible. 1, 2, 3. They're adding T-pipes, finally. We're finally getting T-pipes after a long time of waiting. I'm curious because this pipe here is green, like it's connected, and the rest of these are red for some reason. See material moving through them as well. You can see the new crusher jumping down on a new rock. The I forget the exact name of it. The new resource collector holding onto the pink crystals, some blue crystals. I want to say iron ore. Perhaps it's like something like sort of grey silver sort of metal. Those rocks. Another duck. You can see the crusher going. Okay, which side do I start with now? The materials appear to be going out and into these sort of like depots. I guess you can see this one's for the pink crystal. This one's for yellowy or probably gold. I think gold was mentioned once a long time ago. But all canisters here. We've got a mega chest, I must say. Got the same latch as a regular chest and 4 outputs on each side. And 2 on top. Yeah, got a blue crystal there. Can I see? Let's just start with this. It has a name. It was given a name a long time ago. You can actually see it working there. But yeah, he's presumably using water to, I don't know, maybe it's like a panning machine and it's like washing away the excess material. Absolutely, you can actually see the grey sort of the metallic rocks in here actually. I was working on those. See a billboard there, it probably explains. Yes, it does something. Depot goes to drill, and then gate goes to green. That looks a bit like the elevator. Not sure what that is. Not sure what that is. Is that a portal? This is a very large room though. Like you look in the background, this gives me chance mode vibes. It feels very ginormous. I think it might just be the lighting making it hard to see. It looks like though we're going to need a lot. Does it need these small bars? The current bar is what? You get 7 of 10, so it's like 1 point something per bar. You're gonna need like 100 of these materials. Okay, we can see a green crystal there, and presumably like an emerald or something. Is there also another crystal? Not sure. I see a chest of some kind, I want to say. Maybe it's terminal. Anyway, after all that, we then get to see... I don't know what to call these still. It's like a cross between a zipline and a monolith. But there's a mechanic using what appears to be one of these lifts to get around very quickly. They shoot off. Oh, this is actually where another tease image was taken. Was somewhere in these 3 frames I just missed. You can see there's 3 more. See the air shaft up there as well. Maybe these aren't power cables. Maybe I've been misidentifying them as the player way to get around a bit. And again, I mentioned this earlier, but maybe one of those machines do... Actually, is this the initial room? Not sure. Might be. The sleeping pods, that structure there's there. Okay, this is the same initial room. It's just I don't think we see this from this angle. It's more looking that way. But we can see that they've connected a scoop to the turret seat here. Not sure what these are. Maybe these are like some sort of like power cell or something. Power related or like some sort of fuels inside. Oh, I guess you shouldn't be racking it with a hammer then. It looks like the sticky wheels are still here. Okay, they're knocking these down a ramp and to this structure. See them rolling in. Presumably the structure requires these. And by the looks of it, I wonder if this is the forge, because it's like molten metal right here. You can see it, and then it suddenly pumps out ingots at a very large size. You can see the mechanic actually picking them up. By the looks of it, how they're using a basket sort of vehicle to catch them, probably are not able to pick them up and place them. See, actually, we can see the ladder here, actually. That was teased a while ago. We've also got more unique pipe pieces by the looks of it. Can we get one of these, like these? Again, I don't know what to call these. I guess hyper tubes or hyper whales. There we go, hyper whales. Let's call them that. Till we get an official name. And then the cable bots. These are actually one of the most favorite bots on the most side for. It wasn't obvious. Is anyone who wants to count these? Here's a crazy question. Who wants to count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't like 50. Oh gosh, to think there's 50 bots here. Imagine having those cling to your vehicles. You'll see all of them, and then them just jumping and latching to your vehicle. And there's also a doorway here. There's in the background, there's just a doorway. By the looks of it, they do get one shot by the hammer, luckily. More of the weird pink crystal formations. Yeah, that one is a bit cubish. Got a miner bot here, a spuddling gun. See him rapidly shooting the miner bot and crashing down, exploding. A mechanic. So we can see a lot more of these gold ingots. And then, is this maybe like a stack of cash? Or like bills? This green stuff? It's like it might be a bit papery in the ends. Got a dinosaur bone, I guess. Some sort of, I'm not sure, like maybe some sort of fungus organism. And then some sort of circular coin bowl cap. Very large one. And some sort of, I don't know, egg. It feels like a dragon egg a little bit. Scales going upwards. Obviously a pink crystal variant of the ingots and a blue crystal variant of the ingots as well. On this scene we get some sort of triangle. Name for the shape, I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah, it's slight details, so it looks quite crystalline in structure. Then we also got a very blue crystal that's sort of grown into patterns of hexagons and it's gone outwards, it's gone upwards. And there's also a ginormous variant of the pink crystals. And there's also a bigger variant of the blue one. Is that all? Yeah, that's just another one of these up here. Okay, then we get this massive scene of multiple vehicles all digging at terrain. Interestingly, you can see one digging here, another digging here, and in the second, it all breaks. And then you can see a bunch of the crystalline rocks dropping as well, which you have to pick up. Got something, not sure what these are, on the sides of the wheels. Well, they all got like their own colour. There's like some sort of thing going on your wheels that just go green. And same on the chemical storages here. Not sure if they're pipes or anything. I think they look more like they're just decorational. It's glowy. Let me get this scene of mobile turret seats on the same vehicle. Also some sort of new star part by the looks of it. As in, there's something I really want to see. I want to see someone make a mech out of turret seats, but each joint be a person. The amount of coordination you need to make that work. Yeah, we also got like a very green sort of crystal here. Doesn't look like, I don't think I saw anything drop really, other than just the effects. Then we also see this vehicle with a ton, 1, 2, 3, like 6. Yeah, I see 6 lasers. 6 of the plasma fields. Just, we're nearly there, don't worry. Also more like blue crystal up there as well. It's a very open sort of cavern with a bunch of like rocks going across. I'm sure there's like lights as well. Okay, like a very, it's like a disco vehicle in a way. It looks like there was the next tier of the resource selector just behind. Then we get this scene of where we're seeing a blue tape bot being fabricated briefly. If I recall correctly, the blue tape bots though actually have a red lens on their eye. It's the explosive ones which have this sort of bolt. So not sure if it's about to be painted afterwards. Maybe that's what that one does. Looks like paint. Okay, another scene. Go back a sec, because that actually affects how well we can see being here. It looks like it's just a tunnel actually. It looks like it goes further back. But it looks like this is like some sort of mineral cave. We can see like sort of gold nuggets in the rock, metal nuggets, a rainbow nugget. We'll see metals and that all in this vein. So maybe it's like a mineral rich area. Purple one, green one, red, orange, yellow. Tons of like pretty important resources you'll probably find in certain places. We just had dig terrain. Curious if this means digging is like you have to have a soil canister, perhaps, maybe. Like we saw the pink crystals, which are quite big, dropping items you can pick up. But here, would it drop an item, or would it be like you're getting like a powder, like an item powder, or just soil you've dug up, and then you need to process it maybe on that water panning machine. I forget the name of it. Also pretty interesting. We're getting like this arm coming out of a sharp, I know, like digging. I want to see. Actually, it says like a controlled like plasma beam coming off. Interesting arm. Cause yeah, vehicle again. Though this time it looks like it's probably bitten off more than chew. Lost a wheel on that. Iron bot. There's two of them. Bunch of cable bots and a lot of the drill pods. I don't know if we got a name for them yet. It's also coming this way. Grenades there. We didn't see the flaming split gun. Bit sad, but oh well. Guess we'll have to wait to 1.0. And that is it. July 24th, 2026. So when it officially comes out, we've got a week left.
They say a mountain moves for no one. Well, a mountain ain't met you yet. You're one mean, lean, digging, clanker fighting machine. You are the drilling thunder.
So that is the breakdown of the trailer. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few more teasers that come out before launch. But for today, that is all. I will see you next time. Bye.